everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Elif, psychic medium, spiritual life coach and healer. Tonight I want to do a reading for you based on, I want to do a general reading to take a look into your connection with that person, that special person that you've got on your mind. And I also want to just see what comes up for you in general. Sometimes when you do a general a reading for love, other things come through too. So whatever the message is for you, Spirit is going to let it come through. I want you to keep in mind that this is a general reading. So you need to tap into your intuition, take what resonates for you, what feels like it fits. If you feel that message is for you, that I'm speaking to you, or Spirit is speaking to you, or directing you into a particular direction, then allow yourself to embrace that. Allow yourself to keep an open mind. Your guides are constantly with you. The questions that you ask, and the things that weigh on your mind and on your heart, those things are heard, and often these messages come through to you for a reason. So let's get right into it. Okay. So I've already blessed and shuffled. Let's see what comes up. Okay, so I'm just going to do a freestyle here for you. We're just going to see what sort of messages come through. The first thing that Spirit is saying, and what I'm seeing here, is that you've been very protective of late. You've been protective of your energy, of what you've worked really hard to obtain and acquire. You have been very protective of what is yours. And I'm seeing that it has been a little bit difficult for you to trust of late, for you to know what you can trust, who you can trust, what is actually happening, why is it happening. You have not really been looking around much. You've just sort of been guarding and holding on to what you have because it is so incredibly precious to you. And there is a strong sense of, this is what I have, this is what I've worked for, and I don't know if I can trust that if I let this go, if I lose this, that there'll be more. There are certain things that have happened for you that has led you to this place where you're feeling very guarded. You opened yourself up a little bit, and then you find and allowed yourself to share your energy, your time, what you have. You've invested quite a bit into the situation, and something happened. It was supposed to elevate you. It was supposed to help you to open yourself up to more, to learn more new perspectives and aspects about yourself in the situation, and it triggered old stuff. Just see when this person came into your life. So someone came into you. So what I'm seeing already is someone came into your life recently. It wasn't that long ago. Also not 2 weeks ago, but fairly recently. And this person, you weren't expecting to meet this person. It's not like you were looking. You very possibly met this person where you were, either in a work situation. It was definitely not the kind of environment in which you would have expected to meet someone. And what happened was you discovered something, a connection within this person that you weren't expecting, that was quite profound. But you did meet them at a time when you were still healing, when you were still resting and perhaps not healing the heart, perhaps you'd focused on that. What I'm picking up is you'd focused on doing the healing and the work and getting over certain things and past experiences, but what was still plaguing you and was still quite relevant in your energy was that you were still having these mental battles around it and trying to understand, am I expecting too much? Am I missing the plot? Am I looking in the wrong place? I know what I want. I know how I want to feel, but maybe what I want is not what I should have. Still having those doubts and those and wrestling with the mental patterns, and the effects that your past trauma in relationship has had on you mentally. And whilst you were having those internal that internal wrestling, this person came into your life, and that had an effect on your experience, because there were certain belief systems you had not yet worked through completely based on your self-worth, how you see yourself, and how you experience people in relation to romance and so forth. I do see that once this person came into your space, though, you made a huge effort. There was a lot of effort. There was a lot of effort from you and from this person in the relationship, in terms of making an effort to be there for one another, to express your appreciation for one another. It wasn't just one-sided, like where you'd have the one person doing all the reaching out, or the one person doing all the texting, and the one person doing all the gifting and all the, expressing love language, and the other person not doing it and not knowing what's happening. You knew this person care about you. I'm getting a very strong sense that this person, you guys are not, that there's been some distance between you, that you are not, either not talking at the moment or not together, but there was this thing that happened. The judgment card is here. This judgment that came into the scenario, and what you both were supposed to experience is something positive, because it was this giving birth to a new level of growth for you both. Remember, you came from this mental warfare, and still going back and forth between what you want and what you don't want, and whether you're happy being alone, but you still feel something's missing, and not quite understanding why things didn't work out, and still doing that whole internal mental conflict. And then you met this, and things were great. There was a nice flow of work and effort, and of you feeling like you've been given this new boost of energy and this new outlook on life. And then something happened, and there was a shift. And even though you were both making an effort, and now what it's done is really, it's done you in, and it's done this person in as well. It's funny because it seems like the two of you are really mirroring one another. I'm picking up the same energy from both people. Now you are even more puzzled. I really cared about this person. I was doing all the right things, and why did things work out this way? And he really seemed to like me, or she really seemed to like me, and there was a nice flow. And then what happened? It's like all of a sudden there was just this triggering event, and there was this blowout, or there was just this disconnect. And what you are both aware of, it's not where your focus is. Your focus is on all the effort that was made and all the right things that were done, and things still went wrong. So maybe I missed something, or maybe it was just not right or meant to be. So there's still that doubt, that energy of doubt. What is what you are aware of and what you know deep down is that this was a powerful connection, and it felt, when you met this person, you felt very familiar. You knew this person. It was profound connection. It's like you could finish one another's sentences, and you knew that you were very special to this person. And I think that's why this disconnect, this breakup of sorts, is was so shocking for you. You've still not been able to stop thinking about this person. And even though this person, what I'm getting here is that it's like he distanced himself. Both of you sort of started looking at, this, both of you walked away from it, but it seemed as though he was the one that caused this rift. And even though that is the case, every part of this person, every part of your person is still pulls them to you emotionally. And both of you are hoping that at some point you guys are able to come back together. What is going to happen in this connection is that this that pulling that you feel towards one another is only going to increase, where you have this expectation that with time it's going to get easier, you're going to feel less, you are possibly going to get over this person, because even though you may not express it and they may not express it to the people in their lives, the two of you can't stop thinking about one another. There is, yeah, the two of you can't stop thinking about one another. You are both on one another's minds. And there is a desire and there is an intention for a commitment here. Very early on in this connection and in this dynamic, whether you guys spoke of it or not, you both looked at one another at some point and thought, I could see myself marrying this person. This is a very, very strong connection. And this is, this is a very strong connection. It's something that happened fairly quickly. Your person is feeling as though they've really, like, they've been, like, you turned your back on them, like even though what I'm picking up here is that there were reasons why the two of you separated, good reason, um, and very possibly it seems, I think you think, and your person both think that you wanted to leave. You didn't, you didn't want to be in the relationship, and you think the same thing, that they wanted out, or they weren't really that invested, or they lost interest, or not lost interest. There was never a sense of losing interest here, but there's definitely some sort of codependent situation, or a behavior, or an addiction, that, or an obsessive belief pattern, that is, there was a behavior here that was not in alignment with how this person feels. They were behaving, you knew that they had certain feelings for you, but their behavior was going in the opposite. There were actions that were not in alignment with how the two of you corresponded with one another. you were clear that this person has feelings for you, but the action was not in alignment with that. They could have been more focused on their money and financial issues, and everything that they'd lost. Um, they were also not in a great space when you guys met. So you both met at a time when you were very much immersed in your own personal battles. And now your person is just feeling like they've been left out in the cold. They've not found happiness. They've walked in a opposite direction, moving away from you, and they've not found happiness. And they've not, they feel like they've been shut out. And what I am seeing is that there's a sense, there's a bit of a shift taking place, and there's a sense of, this matters to me. This relationship matters to me. I've got the Six of Cups here. This is a soulmate connection. And both of you know it. This relationship matters to me, and that's my happy place. And that's where I find warmth and comfort with this person. But they've shut me out, and I don't know how to make my way back. But a cycle is closing off here, a cycle is ending. And like I said before, both of you are hoping for it to end sooner than later and for the two of you to come together. But there's a hoping for it, but I don't see any of you actually wanting to take action towards that. You know what you want, but it's not like you're willing to make the movement towards that. But that energy is coming in. That energy is coming in. Spirit says that he is going to be the one to reach out. He is working his way, and he's set his intention to come in to bring you clear and concise communication about his intention. He is coming to strong, he or she, please just change it around as it fits. There's no gender here. Masculine, feminine, divine feminine energy, masculine energy. He is coming in to make, he's ready to take that action. He's setting an intention. He knows that he is the one that needs to come in, and he is willing to do that. Like I say, everything at the moment, most of the communication and most of the thoughts is happening in the 5D. It's almost like this separation, whatever happened to cause the two of you to sort of disconnect. It's been a shock to you both. It's been a shock to you both. He's coming in here. He's going to be coming in with a clear, concise offer for a new beginning. He wants your person wants a new beginning with you. Yep. Your person is wanting to take that leap of faith. They know what they want. They know what they want, and they're ready to move in that direction regardless of the consequences or the outcomes. Oh, your person's really, this hasn't been easy for them. And they've really been spending time they've not been able to get away for the longest time from the loss here, how much they've lost, the emotional loss and the sadness from losing you. This person's really missed you. So if you're wondering if they miss you, they really, really miss you. They know that their behavior hasn't been healthy, and then they know that they need to make a change, and they are ready to make that change. They've planned. They've planned. They know what sort of action they need to take. They have clarity in terms of that, and they are getting ready to take that action, to cut out what they need to, and to make the changes that they need to make. This experience has really been, this person was not expecting this. This person wasn't expecting for someone to come into their lives. They knew they needed change. They were asking for change, but they didn't expect that they would themselves go through this immense life cycle. This person has had to go through a few rebirths in this short period of time. Major rebirths that they didn't even know they needed to go through. Things are definitely coming to an end, those things that were holding them back. There were things that were holding you back, and you might feel like it was them and not you, but both of you. This has been a profound experience for both of you. This triggered profound shifts and death and reawakening cycles for both of you. You've changed. This experience has changed you. This is a beautiful connection. What you feel for this person, what you feel for your person, if you have any doubt and if you're wondering whether or not they feel the same, they absolutely do. They didn't understand. They knew this was special, but they didn't understand. They weren't conscious and aware. Their focus was elsewhere. Their focus was too much on themselves, on their money, on their building, and on what they believed they needed. They just felt that you would automatically always be there regardless. They were not conscious of how they were treating you. They were not conscious of how they were treating you. This person, the path they chose and the path that they walked down was not difficult. It was not an easy one. This person has experienced a tough time. Your person, you may not know this, but I think based on the connection between the two of you, I think you probably do. Your person has learned so much. They've not had an easy life. They've gone through a lot of things, and they've had these beautiful aspirations and these ideals, and in their relationship experiences they thought they've made the right choices, and they only met with heartache and disappointment. This person has felt stabbed in the back and betrayed, manipulated, and they kept working. They kept working, they kept holding on to things. There were certain things when you came into their life that they thought were, they were only supposed to fix and work on and add to. They were not willing to let go of certain things. They didn't see it for what it really was. And in meeting you and in this whole experience, they've come to realize certain things. There were things about people that they didn't see before, that in their dark night of the soul has come to light. They've come to see people. They've come to see that you were right. They never doubted it before, but I don't think they were aware of the extent to which you actually saw things and situations. Um, you guys had friends together, even though I mean, yeah, there were people you knew together. You had friends together. You had lots of good times together. There were a lot of things in that situation and around those people and around those dynamics in your person's life that they did not see, that their eyes were not fully open to. And they were so focused on you and all this light and all this beauty that you brought into their lives that there were a lot of things they didn't see. And in this time, their eyes have really been open to a lot of things. This experience was heartbreaking for you. Having this separation from this person broke your heart, and it broke their heart too. Both of you were very heartbroken. Both of you were very, very heartbroken. Very, very strong emotional connection here. Very strong emotional connection. This person knows who you are. They know that you are special. They know that you are their twin flame, soulmate. They know that you feel the way. They know you love them. They know that you are where love is. But this person's problem is they thought that they didn't deserve you. They've had so many negative experiences in relationship and love. They have seen the world in certain places and it ended up just being a nightmare. This person's endured a lot of um, sadness and disappointment, a lot of negativity in relationship, and they'd actually really given up on their belief in themselves. It affected their belief in themselves so much. They knew that you were a special gift. They know that you are a special gift from the divine. They just couldn't believe that it was true and that they deserved it. They were afraid that something terrible would happen. And this person spent a lot of time getting through their difficulties by fantasizing and remaining in illusionment and situations that were of disillusionment. That when the real thing, came into their lives, it was easier for them to just revert back to disillusionment. And fantasy is easier. It's easier to just stay in that space of fantasy than to be in the real thing and lose it. And unfortunately, because that was the fear, that's what happened. But this is a very strong, there's a very strong twin flame message coming through here. Divine counterparts, equal, you felt you met your match. So many qualities, characteristics in this person that you've always searched for, and vice versa. There is a strong knowing of what this connection is. There's a strong knowing of this is where your person, that you are where your person's happiness lies. And there is an intention to move toward you, to work towards you. But really, what I'm picking up in this message is that it doesn't even make sense how the two of you, how things just went sour between the two of you all of a sudden, because things were great and then they just went sideways, and it doesn't make sense. And what I'm picking up here is that there were people and friends and good, nice celebratory situations around you guys getting together, hanging out with friends, going out together and thinking things are great, and these people didn't have the best intentions for you guys. But most importantly, things were just too good to be true for the both of you, in a sense. At this point in time, there is just a clear knowing of who this person is in your life and vice versa. Um, but your person did try and manage and control and manipulate the situation because they were afraid. They were trying to control it, to sort of hold on to it. And that was not the kind of energy that this connection wants. And so there are lessons, there are karmic lessons that you both have had to learn to become, to align with this energy, to align with this connection, to be able to come together. And you were both giving too much emphasis and energy and attention to things that were not relevant to your connection, things you experienced previously, and projecting it into your connection. The both of you are not ready to actually move forward yet. The both of you are just very clear on what this is. The intention is there. Your person has set the intention to move forward. He's just not set the plan for when yet. He's not ready yet. He's not ready yet, but he knows that he loves you, and he knows that he's getting ready to be ready to actually make the move. He just doesn't know what he's going to present to you because he doesn't understand what went wrong to begin with. He or she doesn't understand what went wrong to begin with. So for now, you need to address those. The advice from Spirit is that you address those mental patterns that you sway between, where you are not, where you doubt yourself. You know what this is. You know what this is. Find peace in that, and know that this person is ready to take a leap of faith. They don't know when the right time is, and that's only a matter of time. But these cycles, these toxic cycles in your person's life, they're closing out, and it's only a matter of divine timing and a matter of choice and deciding, this is what I deserve, I know it, and this is what I deserve, and I'm going to go for it. And hopefully your person will do that soon. In the meantime, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing your work and grasp the lessons from this. Make sure that you align yourself with the highest vibration and you grasp the lesson. Okay. Take care. Please remember to like and subscribe, and hit the notification button whenever I post, that you can receive readings and messages from your guides about your relationship and love. Love and light. Take care.